Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Sound Around. Today, I'm going to be fixing one of my old beats. I made this beat 5 years ago, back when I didn't really know much about mixing and things of that nature. So, I'm going to go back in and fix it with all the things I've learned over the years. So if you follow this video, you'll pretty much see how I mix my songs now, and hopefully you guys can learn some things throughout the video. Make sure you like the video, turn on post notifications, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Got more good content dropping soon. So let's hop right into it. Nowadays when I'm making a beat or a song, I kind of mix while I work. And then fine tune a lot of the things after the big fixes are made. But with this beat, everything is still really loud. Nothing's mixed down. Drums sound muddy. The bass is way too loud. So there are a lot of things wrong with this beat, and I'm going to fix that today. So I don't really have a starting point when I mix. I just kind of listen to the beat, and my ear kind of focuses on things that I need to fix, and I'll fix that and then find something else I need to fix. So I'm going to go ahead and listen and start making some changes, you know? Let's go. Alright, right off the bat, a lot of stuff is way too loud. You really should not have any of your sounds at 0 dB, because at that point you're clipping and everything is going to sound distorted, and it's not good to have. So right off the bat, I'm going to start turning stuff down. I usually turn my stuff down from 15 to 17 or 18 dB, and that's a pretty good starting point. If it's too quiet, I'll eventually turn it back up to a point where I like it, but just starting out, I want to turn everything down. So what is this? Okay, I'm gonna fix this next. I'm gonna turn this down again, 15, 16 dB. I also noticed that a lot of these sounds have a lot of low end with it, so I'm going to put in a EQ to take a lot of that low end out. I really just want my drums and my bass to have the low end. And really what you're doing when you're taking the low end out of certain instruments, you're creating room on the track so everything can breathe and it doesn't sound muddy, it doesn't sound cluttered. So taking out the low end for certain instruments is a must. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I usually do a EQ8, drag it on, and with the EQs, you want that to be the first thing in your chain. Okay, so Ableton reads effects from left to right. So anything you want like EQs or compressors, you want those to be in the very first. So put that on the left side first, and then all your other effects you can put after the EQs and compressors. So I'm not really sure how FL reads your chains, but I know Ableton reads chains from left to right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this low end out of one of my instruments. You really only need the first button, so I'm going to go ahead and disable the other 3 buttons, and your low end is usually around here. So I usually cut out up until 170 or 180, and then you can listen to it. So yeah, low end is out. This is what it sounded like before. Now, cool. You never want to solo. I know I just did that, but I was just trying to show you an example of taking the low end out. But you never want to solo mix when you're mixing. You don't really get the full feeling of sounds when you're just solo mixing. So it's best to mix when you have all your tracks enabled. So I fixed the arpeggiator, took the low end out, turned down some of the main chords. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down. I'll go ahead and turn down the lead. Leads I usually turn down pretty low in the negative 20s, sometimes even lower than that. With the leads, you want to hear them, but you don't want them to overpower the track. So I usually tend to turn those down a lot lower than everything else. You kind of just want them to peak through the track is a good way to say it. You want them to peek through instead of just being straight on top of the track. I'm gonna turn this down. I'm not sure what this is. Let me see. Okay, that's another lead. I'm gonna turn this lead down as well. And I mean, I can always go back and turn stuff down again. I'm just trying to get a good foundation. Okay, this is my bass. Basses should never be at like 0 dB. That is way too fucking loud. I usually turn my basses down from negative like 7 to like negative 11 dB. It kind of depends on the track and how loud I want the actual overall track to be. But I'm gonna go negative 11 today, and that should be good for the bass. I want to also sidechain the bass just to give me a little bit more breathing room from the kick. So sidechaining is pretty easy. You just hit the sidechain button right here. You're taking the audio from the drum rack And then more specifically, you're taking the kick from this drum rack, and you always want to choose post mixer when you're choosing your drums to sidechain. And then I want the bass to really duck out when the kick hits in, so I am going to drop this bad boy all the way down to like negative 54 dB. That should be good for sidechaining the kick. Okay. Like I said, I don't really have a set path when I mix. So I just kind of go all over the place. So I hope I'm not confusing you guys too much, but this is just how I mix. Next thing I notice in my ears is my drums are way too loud, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix those. I don't see anything on my chain that's standing out, so it's mainly just volume. These are pretty simple drums, only have a kick and a snare. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a audio effects rack on the kick. Well, I do have something on the kick. I'm actually gonna take this off, this Rough Rider. I don't really need that. And then create a chain, a volume chain in this audio effects rack, and turn it down to negative 18. And then I'm going to do the same with this kick, with this snare. Drop another audio effects rack and create a chain and turn this down as well. I'm actually turning my snare down way more. You want your snare to kind of blend in with the track. You don't want your snare to just kind of just go too loud over the track. It'll be very noticeable for your ears. That was one of my main things I had to fix with a lot of my beats, was just having my snare way too loud. So have it at negative 30 right now, but if I need to turn it up more later, I'll do that. But for right now, that should be alright. Okay, and drums are almost done. I'm gonna turn this last kick down, and then drums should be okay for a sec. Alright, so we turned the chords down, we turned the leads down, bass is turned down. What else do we need to mess with? Okay, so we have a loop here that also needs to be turned down. Right now it's at 0 dB, so it was way too loud. I want this loop to just kind of blend in with the track, so I'm gonna turn this down a lot. Goddamn. Cool. Turn this down to negative 26 dB. That should be alright for right now. And then This right here can be turned down. Okay, so let's see where we are right now. A lot better than what it was when we started. Nothing sounds extremely loud anymore. There's nothing standing out like snares or like kicks being too loud. Lead is sitting pretty well in the track. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. The whole mixing process is just volume, to be honest. Just making sure things are not too loud, making sure you have breathing room in the track. I did this beat 5 years ago, so, and I've not touched it since then. So I know that it needed work, so I wanted to show you guys how I mix. I hope you guys learned something. I know it was all over the place, but don't really have a set path when I mix. It is really all over the place when I mix. But the final product is it's pretty good. I can't even lie. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, so whenever I post, you'll get it right then and right there. I'm posting every day, every single day for a month, so get used to seeing my face. I'm trying to be a lot more consistent on this channel, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment on your thoughts. How do you mix? Leave a comment with how you mix, and we can chop it up in the comments. So catch you guys in the next one.